You're watching the Hunter Seat 14 and under medal class with a pattern ridden at the end. This is from the Scottsdale Arabian Horse Show 2024. We'll start out with a little slow motion because they were coming in close to each other, so I could only get a couple of seconds of each entry. I love to see the youth taking an interest in riding and showing, and I'm guessing most of the adults watching this feel the same way. Well, that's all our entries, of which there are 7 in this class. I like the chestnut color on this one with those 4 white socks. And another one with 4 white socks. And a third one. If you're enjoying this video, please click the like button, and if you have not subscribed already, you might want to do so, and that way you can be notified of more videos coming out in the future. These riders came in at the rising trot, otherwise known as the posting trot, and then they were asked to do the sitting trot. So we'll slow it down a little bit, and you can see there how they sit, and it's a bumpy ride when you have to sit, that's for sure. They had to do the sitting trot for quite a while out there, and some horses are a little more bouncy than others. This one and this one right here both look like they have a pretty good bounce in their step. So finally they give them some, have mercy on them and let them go to the canter. Then from the canter, they are asked to come all the way down and halt their horses. And that gives us a chance to take a nice close look at a couple of them. And from there, they are asked to walk on. I know this particular horse named Rachel Ames, and I love her head and neck, just a classic Arabian, and she is a purebred Arabian. And now they reverse and continue at the walk, and we'll watch just a little tiny bit more of that. And again, it gives us a chance to take some really good looks at a couple of the horses and riders. But then they pick up the canter again. We'll slow down the action again, and you can see just how graceful the hunter classes look at the canter. And now back to regular speed, which gives a perspective all its own. I actually took a hunt seat lesson myself and videoed it using the OBSBOT tail air tracking camera. If you want to be able to video yourself without having someone there to actually shoot the video, you might want to purchase one of these tracking cameras. I'll leave a link in the description where you can save 5% on your purchase, and it supports me making these videos as I receive a small commission for each sale. And now they come back to the trot. And now the riders are asked to come down to the sitting trot once more. I mentioned earlier how some horses are kind of bumpy at the trot, but you can see this one's pretty smooth at the sitting trot. Here's a little more slow motion of these two, and then we go back to regular speed. There's always a little jolt to the brain when you go from slow motion to normal speed. This is not the final lineup, but there is a judge that you'll see in a minute who comes down and looks at each one of them and gives us a chance to look as well. And then they are taken one at a time to do the pattern course at the end that I mentioned. So this is the one I'm familiar with, so that's why I thought I'd show her. It would take too much time to show all of them, but show you just a little bit of how each one goes down, does a pattern. They got a whole bunch of different steps they've got to take, and how they remembered all the different steps, I'll never know, but I think all of them got it right. So she's done and trots back up, and look how smooth that trot is. And then halts, and she is done. And then the others went one at a time. So now each of the riders comes back in one last time. They'll take 1 or 2 laps around the arena and then line up for the final lineup. And we are about to hear which ones got which places. So now they come for the final lineup, and we will look at each one and just kind of pan on down the line. And as we get to the end of the line, we'll let our announcer tell you the winner as well as the other 6 places.
First place in this class is unanimous choice on all 3 judges' cards. First place goes to number 508. That's Reagan Henderson. Riding Jagger Julian BB from the Henderson Racing LLC of Hudson Hill, Michigan. Unanimous first place. 1671. That's Brooklyn Keith. Riding Romeo. Brooklyn's the owner from Langley, British Columbia. Third place goes to number 1009, Audrey Higgins, riding Helena, for Don Dawson of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Fourth place to number 925, that's Samantha Faye, riding TL Remarkable. Samantha's the owner from Scottsdale. Fifth place goes to number 524, that's Isabella Franco, riding Rachel Adams, Rachel Age, owned by Elizabeth Dressel of Scottsdale, Arizona. Sixth place to number 1220, Danielle Fielding, riding Destiny by Design in F. Trish Nelson, owner from Tucson. And seventh place to number 728, Aubrey Michalos, riding Rogue Ambition from St. John Arabian in Phoenix, Arizona.
So congratulations to number 508, Jagger Julian BV, ridden by Reagan Henderson and owned by Henderson Arabians.